Hi everyone, welcome to the DJ Roscoe Sports Show for this Saturday, September 25th, 2021. Coming live from Palatial State here in Dallas, Pennsylvania. This week, if it's if it's Saturday, was to be the Man with Sports Talk right here on the DJ Roscoe Sports Show. Very happy with you once again. It's a beautiful early fall day. Yes, we are in fall. It's getting a little cooler in the morning, at night. Still kind of hot during the daytime, but it's going to get cold real soon, so I don't want to complain too much. And the snow's going to come. And, so it's going to get worse. But as someone, my wife and I really love the fall. The leaves changing. It looks beautiful. Football. She loves the pumpkin spice lattes and all that stuff at the Dunkin' Donuts. It's a great time of year, and it feels beautiful today. I'm going to actually be helping out at a Penn State's created soccer game coming up at 3:30 at Shout Stadium in Dunmore, PA. So if you want to check that out. So we have a bunch of that. We had a high school football game last night. Tunkhannock almost came back from 20 to nothing deficit in the first half and fell just short. Ben Chilson, their star quarterback, threw an interception right in the end zone, right as they were about to score a touchdown to win the game. Instead, they fall just short, 20-15, as their value comeback falls just a wee bit short. But a great comeback for them. Tunkhannock's going to be at home next Friday on my birthday, October 1st. Feliz cumpleaños aquí. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Yeah. And I'll be covering a high school football game. I don't know which one yet. Maybe it'll be in Tunkhannock against the Berwick Bulldogs, legendary program that used to be run by George Curry. That will be Friday at 7 o'clock at Tunkhannock, Berwick at Tunkhannock. And the Wyoming Valley West Spartans, they'll be at home as well. They have a big game coming up this Friday, and so it should be interesting to see how it goes. They think they'll play Wilkes-Barre High School Friday at 7 o'clock at Spartan Stadium in Kingston, PA. Meanwhile, basketball, hockey, preseason, training camps getting underway, preseason games, the regular season games will be here before you know it, now that we're in late September, almost in October. Last show before the month of October. And then baseball playoffs. The regular season ends in 8 days, a week from tomorrow. Yankees right now have the last wildcard spot by 2 games. They are only a game behind the Red Sox for the top wildcard spot, so they can host that wildcard game on Tuesday, October 5th. Garrett Cole, the Yankees pitched well last night. G-Baby, Gleyber Torres, he'd been playing great since they moved from shortstop to second base, where he's more comfortable. He had a big home run. Aaron Judge had an RBI double to get them started off right. Joey Gallo's been hitting the ball better. Gary Sanchez has been hitting. Garrett Cole dominated, pitched well last night. six strong innings. And Giancarlo Stanton, both, knock on wood, Giancarlo Stanton and Aaron Judge have been mostly healthy this year. Giancarlo Stanton, I think, crushed his 32nd home run of the season. Aaron Judge leads the team with 36. And he crushed a big 3-run homer. So the Yankees beat the Red Sox 8-3. And the Yankees now will try to beat the Red Sox today at 4 o'clock, and then tomorrow night at Sunday Night Baseball, as they try to take that top wildcard spot, or at the very least, keep on to the second wildcard spot so they can make the playoffs. And the Blue Jays are battling them hard, so the Seattle Mariners, they're playing them strong. The Mets are totally out of it now. The Mets have totally fallen out of it. They've struggled. They're playing out the string. The Pirates have played the Phillies tough, but the Phillies have come back the last 2 nights after struggling against the Orioles. They found ways to win those late. Phillies came back to win 8-6 last night. Their pitcher hit a home run. They came back the night before and won big. And now the Phillies, I think, are only 1 game back of the Atlanta Braves for first place in the National League East Division. And so they don't have much of a chance to the wild card, but the Phillies might be able to break their decade playoff drought and they have a great chance to have a winning record. Bryce Harper should win the NL MVP over Fernando Tatis Jr., who's been playing great, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. playing great in the American League, but Shohei Ohtani, between pitching great and hitting great, he'll win in the American League. I think Garrett Cole has a great chance to win the American League Cy Young Award. National Cy Young Award was going to be Jacob DeGrom in the first half. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to be healthy at all in the second half, so it's probably going to go to the Brewers' star pitcher. But the Phillies are very much in this. They're only a game out, and should be excited to see how it goes down. 4 o'clock, Citizens Bank Park. Tomorrow is their last home game of the regular season as they try to beat the Pirates, their interstate rival. And they will try to find a way to make the playoffs first time in 10 years. Very exciting games. And Bryce Harper, JT Realmuto, Didi Gregorius big home run last night after an up-and-down year, injuries and everything. So the Phillies are playing strong. Yankees playing strong as they both try to find a way. 2 local teams try to make the playoffs. The Rail Riders, they have a doubleheader today at 2 o'clock against Syracuse Mets. And then their last home game of the regular season is tomorrow at 1 o'clock, where the kids run the bases free. $2 Dippin' Dots ice cream Fun for the whole family as they play Syracuse Mets one last time, 1 o'clock, last home game of the season in this final 10-game stretch, this new thing that's replaced kind of the playoffs, at least for this year. And then they go on the road against Rochester next week to finish out their season. So support the Rail Riders these last 2 days. Cheer on our Yankees, Phillies possibly making the playoffs. Tampa Bay's clinched the playoff spot. Giants, first team to 100 wins. They're in the playoffs over the Dodgers with the battle of who's going to get the division, who's going to play in the wildcard game against the red-hot St. Louis Cardinals, who won 14 straight games and are very dangerous right now. Tough team that's going to possibly knock out a really great team. So the Cardinals winning 14 in a row, crushing on their rival, the Cubs. So lots of exciting stuff in baseball going on. So we'll see how it goes down. So baseball, basketball, hockey coming back. Baseball getting ready for the playoffs. Very exciting stuff. Movies. You got Evan Hansen, a new movie based off the Broadway play from the Broadway play in it this week. And then next week on my birthday, you got the Many Saints in Newark, the Sopranos prequel about how Tony Soprano came to be with Tony Soprano, James Gandolfini, the late great James Gandolfini's real life son, played the young Tony Soprano. So I think his name is Michael Gandolfini. That should be a great movie on HBO Max and the movie theaters on Friday, October 1st. And then Venom, Let There Be Carnage, where Tom Hardy is Venom up against Woody Harrelson. Should be a great one this coming Friday, late Thursday night shows as well. So movies in full force, and then finally the new James Bond movie that's been delayed for so much, that will be coming out. Cry Macho, a Clint Eastwood movie came out. So a lot of good movies. The new Halloween Kills movies coming out. TV shows, fall season's coming back. Goldberg's got a great tribute to the late great George Segal as Pops in their season premiere this past week. The Wonder Years reboot was very strong. Don Cheadle's the narrator of that. The Connors was live. Good stuff. Was a live show. Very good stuff. So Home Economics, good show on ABC. So good shows come back. My Wife's Grey's Anatomy comes back with Station 19 with a crossover like they like to do. And Big Sky, great show coming on Thursday, September 30th as well. So TV shows back. Netflix, a lot of cool stuff. And then just great movies along the way. So now let's get to our football picks quickly. Notre Dame is up 10-3 in Chicago at Soldier Field against Wisconsin. Notre Dame looks to stay undefeated at 4-0, and I think Wisconsin is. I think they're 1-1, but Notre Dame is up 10-3 right before the half against Wisconsin. I think Notre Dame's going to win this game, but close. Like 27-24. Penn State up early, 17-3 at halftime over Villanova at Happy Valley at State College. Villanova's playing them a little tough on defense, getting much of a rushing attack, but they had the great whiteout game, beating Auburn last week in prime time. Penn State, they're up by 2 touchdowns, still 17-3 at the half. I expect them to win pretty easily. I'll go with 34-13. Though these will win by 3 touchdowns today. And then they're home again for the 4th week in a row next week. So now let's get the football picks. Week 3 of the NFL season. It's flying by. That's an expanded season this year, 18 weeks, 17 games overall. On Thursday Night Football, my Jets, they screwed up here. They got rid of Sam Darnold. Zach Wilson, who knows, maybe he'll be a good quarterback. But the rookie quarterback struggled, 4 interceptions, lost to the Patriots last week. Sam Darnold played well, 3-0 with Carolina, even though Christian McCaffrey got hurt. They beat the Houston Texans with no Deshaun Watson as his legal troubles. So they're not sure what to do with him. He's getting paid, but they're not sure how they handle. Besides that, not let him play. 24-9, Carolina beat the Houston Texans. They're 3-0. Carolina playing well. Houston Texans fall to 1-2. For tomorrow, Sunday, September 26th, the 1 o'clock games on CBS. The Colts at the Tennessee Titans. No Carson Wentz, whose ankles are injured, even though he started practice again. I'm going to say the Titans came back to beat the Seattle Seahawks last week. Colts fell just short to the LA Rams, who were playing great. I'm going to say the Titans win this game at home, improved to 2-1, and the Colts, lots expected. I think they're going to fall to 0-3. No Carson Wentz this week. And they're going to have Hard Knocks in season this year, starting November 17th. So it could be a lot of animosity with a team that was looking for Super Bowl hopes, or at least playoff hopes. And I think they'll fall to 0-3. Tennessee, I think, is going to beat them 23-16. 1 o'clock, Atlanta Falcons at the New York Giants at MetLife Stadium in Jersey. Eli Manning retired his number 10 jersey, and I think the Giants, they're gonna be buoyed by the excitement of Eli Manning and the Manning family cheering them on, and him and Peyton Manning doing great with their very unique Monday Night Football telecast on ESPN2. Falcons struggling, even though they have Matt Ryan, no Julio Jones anymore, just a stinky team. I think the Giants are going to win this game and finally get off the schneid after blowing that game against Washington a couple of weeks ago. I think the Giants, who are 0-2, Saquon Barkley is going to start jumping out a little bit, playing better. Daniel Jones, as long as he doesn't turn over the ball, will be fine here with lots of offensive weapons. I'm going to go with the Giants to win this game. Giants win 27-17 over Atlanta Falcons in honor of the great Eli Manning. 1 o'clock on CBS. LA Chargers fell just short, lost to the Dallas Cowboys on game-winning, I think it was a 56-yard field goal by Greg Zuerlein to win the game for the Cowboys. First win of the season, including preseason. Chargers, Justin Herbert and company, 1-1 now after beating Washington but losing Dallas. They go on the road to the Chiefs. It's going to be a tough matchup. Justin Herbert's going to come to play and play well, but I think in the end, Kansas City Chiefs too much offensive firepower. Pat Mahomes and company, Andy Reid, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. It's going to be too much. They come off a tough loss, which they would have won against the Baltimore Ravens. They blew the lead late. Lamar Jackson did some solid things out there. Finally beat Pat Mahomes, got that big weight off his back, beating his rival, the Chiefs, and fellow MVP. But if their star running back doesn't fumble the ball late, the Chiefs probably win that game on a winning field goal. Chiefs are going to rebound, kick the Chargers' butt, or as my daughter would say, dupa. I think they win this divisional matchup. They score 30-something points every week. I'm going to go with 32-24. They win by 8 points over the Chargers. 1 o'clock CBS. My wife's Steelers at Heinz Field in Pittsburgh fell short to the Raiders, struggled last week, lost by 9 points. They're 1-1. The Bengals are 1-1. They lost last week. I'm going to say the Steelers are going to get off the schneid. They're going to rebound and show some resiliency. Ben Roethlisberger needs to play better. No TJ Watt with the groin injury. He was out all last week after coming off a nice game, beating the Bills in week 1. Joe Burrow's a tough quarterback. He's going to be solid out there. His knees recovered well from his knee surgery last year. He's going to give the Bengals a fighting chance, but I think the Steelers hopefully won't overlook them. Mike Tomlin will have them ready to play in Heinz Field, playing Stick Song, Renegade, pumping up that crowd. It's going to be tough without TJ Watt, but I think the Steelers do enough offensively with Juju Smith-Schuster and Claypool and Deontay Johnson and company and Najee Harris, their rookie star running back at Alabama. I think the Steelers win this game. Closer than you think, though. I'm going to go with... I'll go with 23-20. They went on a last-second field goal by Chris Boswell to win the game, who broke a Heinz Field record with the longest field goal in Heinz Field. It was hard to kick a field goal, 56 yards last week, but lost to the Raiders. Najee Harris had his first NFL touchdown. I think the Steelers win this game 23-20 over the Bengals. 1 o'clock on Fox. The Bears, they've been struggling. They were able to find a way to beat the Bengals last week. They're going to have to let Justin Fields play this week. And a lot of high expectations. Who knows if Andy Dalton will get his job back if Justin Fields plays well, but Andy Dalton's banged up, can't play. At the Cleveland Browns with Baker Mayfield and company. Browns 1-1. They rebounded nicely, beat the Texans last week after almost beating the Chiefs in week 1. I still think it's a big mismatch. I think Justin Fields gives him a better chance than Andy Dalton, but he's still a rookie who's going to make mistakes. Too much firepower. Odell Beckham Jr. is ready to play this game. I'm going to say Baker Mayfield and the Browns offense does enough, and they're going to win this game relatively easy. The Bears defense is pretty solid. I'll go with 22-10. They win by 12 points over the Bears in Cleveland at home. 1 o'clock on CBS. The Baltimore Ravens, big bounce back victory, beating the Chiefs finally. Lamar Jackson company, big comeback victory. I think they easily go on the road and beat Jared Goff and the stinky Detroit Lions, who are terrible. They're going to move to 0-3. The Ravens are going to crush them, go to 2-1. Ravens win this game. I'll go with 36-17. Win by 19 points. Crush the Lions in Detroit. 1 o'clock on Fox. The Saints, after playing great in week 1, crushing the Packers. Jameis Winston played great. Struggled last week. They lost. They got embarrassed to Sam Darnold and the Panthers, who had shocked everyone at 3-0. I'm going to go with the Saints at the Patriots. It's a tough one. Bill Belichick's going to have his team ready to play. The defense is going to be sharp. Mac Jones played solid quarterback. I'm going to actually go with the Patriots here. I can't stand the Patriots. I think the Saints have a chance, but I think Jameis Winston will make a few mistakes, turn over the ball like the Jameis Winston of old. He has to prove that he doesn't do that in order to win. I think Bill Belichick's going to be a tough guy to stop here. Tough defensive mind. Mac Jones will do enough as long as he doesn't turn over the ball over making those rookie mistakes. I said the Patriots win an ugly game, but they win it. I'll go with 26-20 over the Saints by 6. Patriots win. 1 o'clock on Fox. The Arizona Cardinals, who are playing great, going on the road against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Big mismatch. I think Kyler Murray fell number 1 pick against number 1 pick Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is going to try his best, but I think he's going to be overwhelmed as a rookie making mistakes. Line stinks. Urban Meyer seems overwhelmed because he told the Broncos last week when they lost them. And it's like I have to play Alabama and Nick Saban every single week instead of a cupcake like an easy team. Well, they're not going to get to face Division like 1AA of Division 3 schools. We have an off week where you play a horrible team that's like 1-8. College football, there are some cupcakes in the schedule. And NFL, even the bad teams are tough. I think the Jaguars will continue to struggle. Trevor Lawrence will come out, and I think we'll end up being solid as long as Jacksonville doesn't ruin him out here. Don't think Urban Meyer's going to last long there. I think he's going to have his full, because he leaves to schools all the time, and now I think he'll leave his NFL job if he can't handle the pressure and deal with it. I'm going to go with all the other issues he's had before leaving jobs so quickly. I'm going to go with Arizona crushing Jacksonville. I'll go with 34-17. They doubled them up by 17 points. 1 o'clock on Fox. Washington football team at Buffalo Bills. I think Nana Fran's Buffalo Bills are going to win this game. Washington came back to beat the Giants, but that's because the Giants kept shooting themselves in the foot and making bad mistakes. Taylor Heineke been playing well in place of the injured Ryan Fitzpatrick with his hip injury, who's on the IR out for at least a few weeks. I think Josh Allen, the Bills, they'll put up the big points. Solid defense, solid running game. Too much for Washington to handle. I like Taylor Heineke. He's a guy you can root for. Solid defense from Washington, but I think Buffalo wins. I'll go with 27-16. They win by 9. 27-16. They win by 11. I should say. Not math. I never told you I was a math whiz. Bills win 27-16 over Washington. 4:05 on CBS. My Jets. Jets. Almost came back against Carolina in Week 1, but Sam Darnold beat his former team like I thought. They got crushed by the Patriots last week, which is not a big surprise. 4 interceptions by Zach Wilson. Hopefully he'll play better this game, but I think it's a tough environment for him to play against a tough Broncos defense. Mile high air. I think he'll try his best. He'll make a few bad rookie mistakes and turnovers here, interceptions, fumbles. And Teddy Bridgewater, maybe he's only a game manager where he just makes the basic routine plays. Is not amazing out there, not like the sexy pick out there to play great, amazing, but he is solid out there with a solid defense, good running game. I think unfortunately my Jets are going to fall to 0-3. Not a big surprise there. Hopefully they can turn around eventually, but I think this is going to be a tough game for them in Denver. I think the Broncos win this game. I'll go with 23-10. They win by 13 over the Jets. 4:05 on CBS. Miami Dolphins at the Vegas Raiders. I'll go with the Raiders to win here. No Tua this week. His ribs are badly hurt. I think partially broken even. The Dolphins are going to play them tough. Solid team, but I think in the end the Raiders are going to stay hot. They already beat the Ravens and Steelers. I think they beat the Dolphins, and they're going to continue their winning ways. John Gruden has the role in there. Carr's played better. Played well, even without Jacobs, their star running back last week, still won. I think the Raiders keep it going. They beat Miami. I'll go with 26-15. They win by 11 over Miami. Then 4:25 on Fox, Seattle Seahawks, big blown lead last week against Tennessee Titans. Russell Wilson and company to bounce back. I think they're going to do that. They're going to go on the road against the Vikings who are struggling. I think they're going to the Vikings. Kirk Cousins and company, they can be solid. Dalvin Cook, I think, is out with this game with an injury. I think Seattle is going to get off the bat. Show some resiliency, move to 2-1, but Vikings continue to struggle. I think the Seahawks win this game. I'll go with 34-27, win by a touchdown. 4:25 on Fox, Tampa Bay Buccaneers could be the game of the day. Tom Brady versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Super Bowl champions, played great first 2 games. Easily beat the Falcons, and they won the last night against the Cowboys in Week 1. They play against the LA Raiders, which they lost last year to them, and I don't think they lost again after losing to the Raiders. Not to the Raiders, to the Rams, LA Rams. Fans will be in the stands. LA Rams will be excited. They're playing well, even though they almost blew that big lead to the Colts last week. Matthew Stafford is going to have a solid game. Sean McVay is going to put big points. I'm going to actually say this is, they're not going to go undefeated. I think Tampa Bay is great. I may be wrong here. I think this is one of the few games they lose all year. They're only going to lose probably 2 or 3 games the whole year. Still have a great chance to win the Super Bowl. They're my Super Bowl pick, even though I can't stand Brady keep winning Super Bowls, even though you got Honor the GOAT, the great one. I'm going to say the LA Rams win this game. It's going to be a scored shootout, but I think Aaron Donald and company of the defense will do just enough against Brady and the Buccaneers with all his weapons out there. And Antonio Brown, I think, is on the COVID protocol. I don't even think he'll be playing. Still a lot of offensive weapons both sides of the ball, but I think Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay, that offense is going to be clicking for LA. They're going to win a high-scored shootout. I'll go with 34-31. They win on a last-second field goal. Rams over Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Rams 3-0, Tampa Bay 2-1, but possible NFC Championship preview. 8:20 on NBC, the Green Bay Packers at the San Francisco 49ers. Bounce back after playing terrible against the Saints in Week 1. Aaron Rodgers and company saw off slow, but then crushed the stinky Detroit Lions on Monday Night Football at Lambeau Field last week. This is going to be a tough game at the 49ers. I'm going to go with the Packers here. I know recently the 49ers have had their number. They've crushed them in playoff games and key games with Jimmy Garoppolo, the 49ers, and the defense are playing well. Shanahan has a great offensive mind, but I still think the 49ers are just so-so. They still have some injuries, and I still only have somewhat faith in Jimmy Garoppolo. I think the Packers and Aaron Rodgers will redeem themselves from their past recent failures against them. I think, Renee, you'll be happy. I think it'll be a close game, but I think 8:20 on NBC Sunday Night Football. I think Packers are going to win this game. I'll go with 31-27. They win by 4 against the 49ers. Then finally, Monday Night Football, ESPN, and of course with the Manning brothers on ESPN too, which is great. 8:15, ESPN, Eagles at the Cowboys. Great division rivalry, battling out for NFC East division supremacy. Jalen Hurts, I still think, is going to do great. Devontae Smith, the rated Heisman Trophy winner, had a great week 1 against the Falcons. They fell short against the 49ers last week. Shot themselves in the foot with some trick plays. Went for it on 4th down, so kicking the field, get the points. They lose a close game by 6 points to the Niners last week. Games in Dallas, the crowd's going to be going crazy. As much as I want to root for the Eagles, my wife can't say it, but fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory, E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. The Eagles will play them tough. I think Jalen Hurts and company will do everything they can. They're solid offense, solid defense. Some injuries last week against 49ers. Brandon Graham out for the year. That's a tough one. But I think the Cowboys are going to do enough at home with all that excitement on Monday Night Football. The fans going crazy. Dak Prescott playing great since coming off his injury. Zeke Elliott, all the offensive weapons they have. CeeDee Lamb and company, Amari Cooper. And I think Micah Parsons, the former Penn State linebacker, playing great for the Cowboys as a rookie so far through 2 games. I think the Cowboys, even though DeMarcus Lawrence is out for them, that's a big blow for them. But I think it's going to be a tough game. But I think the Cowboys, with all that excitement in their fan base, coming off a nice win against the Chargers, 1-1, almost beat the champion Buccaneers in week 1. Dak Prescott played great after that horrible ankle injury last year. I think it's just too much for the Eagles. I think they'll make a key mistake late in the game. I think Jalen Hurts will play well in this game, but I think the Eagles will fall short. Eagles will fall to 1-2. Cowboys will to improve 2-1. Could have been 3-0 if they would have held on the Super Bowl champion Buccaneers. I think the Cowboys win this game. Close one. I'm gonna go with 27-23. They win by 4 points over the Eagles. So those are my Week 3 NFL picks. Love to hear what you have to say. If I'm crazy, you like them, or you think I'm just out of my mind.
Take 2, call in the morning. It's just not a tuba. Get to the chopper and things that nature. Ha ha ha. Hasta la vista, baby. And Cookie Monster food truck with Ganga. C is for Cookie. That's good enough for me. C is for Cookie. That's good enough for me. Ha.
So those are our Week 3 NFL picks. So with football, baseball playoff push, basketball, hockey coming back, movies, TV shows all coming back, and just great stuff. We want to remember last week, the great Norm Macdonald passed away. Great comedian, weekend update anchor on Saturday Night Live. Amazing comedian. He'll be greatly missed. And then also, I'm sure, so Norm Macdonald, very sad to hear the news. Battled cancer probably for 9 years, so rest in peace to the great Norm Macdonald. And I want to sing a beautiful song to my beautiful wife, Abby. I love you all my heart. And I love my beautiful daughter, Lorelai, and my beautiful son, LJ. They love the new Spider-Man show on Disney Junior, The Amazing Spider-Man and Friends. They can't wait to see the new Spider-Man movie. They have life-size Spider-Man dolls they sung with that night. And I'm going to sing, never going to give you up. You've been rickrolled. Never going to let you down. On a Saturday, kick off your weekend right. Never going to roll around and desert you. Never going to make you cry. Never going to say goodbye. Never going to tell a lie and hurt you. Never give you up. Never give you up. Well, that's our show. Have a great weekend, everyone. Enjoy the last weekend of the month of September. Enjoy fall. Enjoy the Bloomsburg Fair. Have fun there. Have a great time after last year was canceled due to the pandemic. Have a great time with the concerts and all the food, all the tasty treats out there at Bloomsburg Fair. Enjoy it. That runs from yesterday, September 24th, to October 2nd. Happy birthday to me. I turned 35 years old. I'm becoming an old man this Friday, October 1st. And a lot of great things up ahead. And high school football season excited. Baseball playoffs, basketball, hockey coming back. Football excited with college football, Penn State, Notre Dame. And then, of course, the NFL each and every week. So keep it locked. DJ Roscoe Sports Show. Your home for all your favorite sports and entertainment talk right here on DJ Roscoe Sports Show. Have a great weekend, everyone. And bye-bye. Take care.